Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 9th, 2021. I want to talk about a story that someone asked me to look into. So, there's a rapper named 40 Cal. His daughter, Sanaya Dennis, is supposed to be missing. And she has been missing since April 24th. And on May 6th, the Buffalo Police Department, they claimed that, she possibly died from suicide. So I want to look into this story, and I would like to just let people know, if you guys are watching this video for the first time, please watch the entire video. If any of Sanaya Dennis's family members are watching this video, I just want to say that everything I'm going to say in this video is with all due respect, because this is a very complicated case. I looked into it. It looks very suspicious. I listened to what her father said in the interview, and I also heard what the reporters are saying and the investigators, right? Her father, the rapper 40 Cal, who is from New York, he says, I'm going to play the audio in my phone. He's actually saying in the video that his daughter would never do the things that, they're claiming that she did. Like, because supposedly what happened was, his daughter supposedly had an argument with her boyfriend. And the argument was so bad that she got so depressed that she decided to go to the Niagara Falls and commit suicide, supposedly. Now, this happened in Buffalo. This young girl is a college student. She goes to college in Buffalo. She goes to Buffalo State College. And she was living out there. And after this argument, supposedly she had conversations with other friends. And the investigators claimed that, the last time they saw her was inside of an elevator. And then after that, she was missing. And they haven't found her body yet. Her body is still missing till now, even at this moment. But on May 6th, on 5/6, the police department determined that she might have committed suicide. So, again, this case is very suspicious. And my recommendation to the family is, if you have a daughter and you know that your daughter wouldn't do some of the things that people are claiming that she did, even if it's coming from the authorities. I mean, your daughter. You know this person better than anybody in the world. If you don't think she'll do something like that, the probability is she probably didn't do it. You need to start doing some investigating yourself. Because what I heard from the father was that, he's very frustrated with law enforcement because it's taken them a long time to get this, evidence that it's, like, for example, it's taken the investigators a long time just to get footage from the elevator. I mean, how come? The father even says that his daughter was in the elevator with another person. And the authorities still haven't released who that other person was. I mean, I'll be frustrated as well. But what I'm going to show you guys in this video is a pattern that we have been documenting with a lot of these cases that involve celebrities. And, after listening to the father, I really think he doesn't have a clue of what's going on, to be honest. But I'm just going to play some of the audio of the news reporting, and then we'll get into the decode. Right.
With the new developments in the Sanaya Dennis investigation, the Buffalo State student missing now for more than 10 days. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller tonight on the search and on the new agency on the case.
11 days. That's how long 19-year-old Sanaya Dennis, a Buffalo State honor roll student, has been missing. It's 11 days too long for those who love her and those who have began to follow her story and offer help in any way they can.
She never gave me or her moms an indication that she had boy trouble, that she wanted to run away, that she had mental something wrong. None of those indications.
Along with the hundreds of volunteers searching.
That was her father speaking, Mr. Calvin Bird, also known as 40 Cal. He says that his daughter never gave him any indication that she was suicidal, that she wanted to run away. And it's probably because she wasn't suicidal. I think something else happened to your daughter. Let me just play back what Mr. Calvin says.
Me or her mom's an indication that she had boy trouble, that she wanted to run away, that she had mental something wrong. None of those indications.
Along with the hundreds of volunteers searching for her, New York State Parks Police say they have conducted daily foot searches of Goat Island, Prospect Park, Cave of the Winds, and the Maid of the Mist areas. Parks Police say they've used tracking bloodhounds, 2 canines, and have had 3 helicopter searches for Sanaya Dennis. Parks Police say with that, no evidence of the missing student has been located. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn is now working directly with Buffalo State Police to provide any assistance as the lead agency in this missing persons case. We've learned her family is meeting with DA John Flynn's office late Wednesday. A law enforcement source tells us Dennis took the 32 bus to the 40 to Niagara Falls the night she went missing. Her sister Kiora tells me Dennis's parents have seen that NFTA bus video showing her on her way to the falls that night. Other than that, her father, Calvin Bird, tells us he's seen surveillance video that police believe is his daughter walking in Niagara Falls, but it's unclear because the video is grainy and far away.
On Old Falls, if you have a camera and you know that it was on last week, please just submit the footage. We need all the help we can get.
The NFTA released a statement Wednesday saying law enforcement has determined that the disclosure of bus video evidence at this time would interfere with this ongoing investigation. Her sister tells me it's not uncommon for Sanaya to go to Goat Island in Niagara Falls, but it's always been with friends and never alone. Again.
Okay, so this is a photograph of the flyer that they've been posting all over Buffalo's the campus. So her name is Sanaya Dennis. She was born on November 1st, 2001. And it says here that they declared her missing on April 27th. But the reporting is saying that she was last seen on April 24th. And she went missing. She was reported missing 2 days later, which is actually April 26th, not 27th. So. But it says here that more than a week after she was reported missing, 40 Cal's teenage daughter is believed to have died of suicide. And then this is what I mean, they haven't found her body yet. So how can you say that somebody has died from suicide when you haven't even found the body? The girl could still even be alive, supposedly, right? But yet the law enforcement is coming out saying that she possibly died from a suicide. Why would they say that? New York officials announced the determination during a press conference Thursday, right? So Thursday, they made this determination. All right, so Thursday, that was May 6th on 5/6, right? A very busy day in the headlines. All right, that was a day that so many stuff happened that day, 5/6. Following an extensive investigation into Sanaya Dennis's whereabouts, the 19-year-old Buffalo State College student was last seen on April 24th and was reported missing 2 days later. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn told reporters investigators have reviewed surveillance footage and cell phone records to determine the events leading up to Dennis' disappearance. Okay. So you guys heard what the father said. His daughter never gave him any indication, him or the mother, that she wanted to run away or she had any boy problems. Makes sense. Makes sense because all the stuff that we noticed, this looks very suspicious, right? So look, so it says here that she was born November 1st. So I'm going to go with what the flyer is saying because this is the only information I have on her date of birth. So she went missing on April 24th. Which means she went missing 191 days before her birthday. 191 days before her birthday. Now, on May 6th, the authorities made a determination that she possibly committed suicide on May 6th. And that was 187 days after her birthday. So she goes missing 191 days before her birthday, and on the 187th day of her age is when the police comes out and says that she possibly committed suicide. Right now, something that we discussed is how the Society of Jesus are truly the ones behind all these mysterious cases. Notice in gematria, which is a practice that involves coding numbers into words, something that I talk about every single day on this channel. The code that is used to pretty much script the careers of rappers, celebrities, the mainstream media. Everything is coded around this system of letters and numbers. And there's 4 base ciphers. Stuff is really simple stuff. I wrote a book. It's right above my camera, of discussing the same pattern with so many celebrity deaths. So many suspicious deaths in the headlines have been coded around these same numbers, right? And something that we have documented is that the Society of Jesus, who call themselves the Jesuits, their numbers show up all the time in these cases, especially the number 56. That number has been used a lot lately, going back to last year since the coronavirus outbreak happened. A coronavirus in gematria also sums to 56. Black Lives Matter sums to 56. So many things equals 56. So how suspicious is it for the authorities to come out on May 6th, a day that's written 5/6, and say that she committed suicide, right? And notice Society of Jesus is 191 and 187. And remember, she went missing, right, 191 days after her birthday. Actually, before her birthday. And then the authorities came out and said that she possibly died on the 187th day of her age. And those are the numbers that always show up in these cases. Those are Jesuit numbers. And, notice how Society is also 79. The term murder is 79. But notice what else is 79. Niagara Falls is 79. The school she went to, Boston State College, is also 79. Right? Let me show you guys this. Because I know for a fact there's a lot of new people that are going to be watching this video. And I just want to say that this is not a coincidence by any means. And I'm really convinced that this does apply to Miss Sanaya Davis's case. Because, her school that she went to, let me show you something about the school that she went to. Boston State College. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the way it's written. Oh, no, it's not Boston. Excuse me. It's actually Buffalo. Remember the 187 that we spoke about? The name of a school equals 187 in gematria, just like the Society of Jesus. And here in New York City, and actually all over the country, the number 187, that's the police code for murder. Ask any of your local police officers, what's the homicide code? It's 187. We've documented so many cases with the number 187. Going back to, maybe you guys remember Junior, the kid that got stabbed to death in the Bronx. I'm going to show you something about his alleged killing. So his name is Lisandro Guzman Feliz. He's a teenager who supposedly got stabbed to death by local gang members. And I want to show you guys all the 187s in his case, right? So, this stuff is just sick. Let me just make sure that I don't say anything that's incorrect. So let's see. Okay, so the funeral, you notice here, this is the funeral. It took place on June 27th. That was the day leaving, 187 days left in a year. Remember the Jesuits, 187. The family all wore New York Yankee jerseys to his funeral. I mean, when have you ever seen that? And notice what this guy is doing here. He's covering one eye. That's the one eye symbolism. This is all secret society stuff, right? A lot of people call them the Illuminati, Jesuits, the Masons. They love symbolism. And once you learn the symbolism, you're going to see how many of these people do it. So the family decided to wear New York Yankee jerseys, and New York Yankees equals 187 in gematria. And the church that held his funeral is called Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and notice it's located on 187th Street here in the Bronx. So his funeral takes place on the day leaving 187 days left in the year. The family all wear New York Yankee jerseys, something that, a team that equals 187 in gematria. And of course, Society of Jesus is 187, and then the funeral takes place on 187th Street. And this is what I mean when I say that these numbers show up all the time, right? They show up all the time. So this young girl who goes to Buffalo State College, the school that sums to 187 in gematria, on the 187th day of her age, the police comes out and says, and out of all days on May 6th, on 5/6, out of all days on 5/6, the police comes out and says that she possibly committed suicide. So my recommendation for the family is to look into this a little bit deeper. Why isn't the authorities showing you who else was in the elevator with her? How come? I mean, what is the purpose of cameras if they can't? I mean, what is the purpose of cameras? Why? I mean, think about it. We have cameras everywhere. There's literally a camera in every corner. And what is the purpose of these cameras? Isn't it for situations like this? So how come the police department has not revealed who was in the elevator with her? Possibly because the person in the elevator with her is probably one of those Jesuits that they don't want you to know about. Oh man. Also, the day that she went missing, that was the day with 69 numerology. Her father's rap name, 40 cal equals 69. 40 cal equals 69. Actually, his daughter's name also equals 69 because she has an I as her middle name. Right? Notice how 40 cal is 69. Sanaya I. Dave Dennis is also 69. And Illuminati is also 69. Illuminati 69. And the day that she went missing was on a day with 69 numerology. Four 2021 equals 69. So on a day with 69 numerology, Sanaya I. Dave Dennis goes missing, the daughter of 40 cal. So again, this seems very suspicious, and they haven't even found her body yet. So why would they call it a suicide? But again, my condolences. I hope you guys get through this. I'm just here to show you guys a pattern that goes on all the time, every single day. If you look closer and just start, applying this code yourself, you're going to start noticing that, this is not just another weird guy making another video for views. Because a lot of people come here for the first time. That's what they claim that I'm doing, that I'm trying to get clouds of a situation like this. No, I'm not doing that. If I wanted views and stuff like that, I'll be, playing with cats and dogs, because that's what gets views on YouTube. People with cats. That's not what I'm doing. I'm exposing something that nobody's paying attention to. You think it's a coincidence that Junior, his funeral was on 187th Street on the day leaving 187 days left in the year, and then his family all decided to wear New York Yankee jerseys? And you want to know something else about 187? I'll show you something about Junior. Right? Lizandro Guzman. Just to show you that I'm not making this stuff up, right? Notice he was born on November 11th, 2002. He was born November 11th, 2002. He died on 6/20. I believe it was 2018. Yes. In 2018, he died, right? Notice how many months he was. The guy was alive for 187 months before he died. You think that's a coincidence? Absolutely not. And again, that is the homicide code, and that's the number that connects to the Jesuits. So it's very suspicious to me that on May 6th, on the 187th day of this girl's age, they come out and say that she possibly committed suicide. And like the father said, there was no indication that she was suicidal or that she had any boyfriend issues. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to wish you guys the best. After I watched the father's interview, I really believe that he has no clue. I honestly believe that. Because out of all the cases, because I've covered a lot of cases, like, for example, Junior's mom, I could tell by her, the way she speaks, that she knows what's going on with that case, right? But this case here, when I heard the father speak, I seen his eyes were kind of watery. I believe him, He seems very authentic. He seems like a guy that is worried about his daughter. And I just think that a lot of these people don't know what's going on. How these people don't know what's going on. And this is a very beautiful girl. So my advice is, find out who was in the elevator with her. That's number one. And then you can go on from there. But these numbers show up all the time. I guarantee you, within the next week, I'm gonna be talking about the number 187 again, and the number 56, because I've done it all year. Right? You go to my blog and type in 56, you're gonna see it. Dave Chappelle has coronavirus. Dave Chappelle equals 56. His name sums to 56, was like coronavirus. Right? You go to my blog. Look, coronavirus. They love coding the same numbers, right? Coronavirus is 56, right? What else we heard about last year? Black Lives Matter. Let me show you what Black Lives Matter sums in gematria. 56, right? And so many other things. I'll be here all day. But look, Dave Chappelle is 56, and then Larry King hospitalized. What Larry King's equals 56. What did he die from? He's supposed to be at coronavirus as well. These numbers are no coincidence, my brothers and sisters. Look, this guy here, Sanya Gupta, he's supposed to be got the coronavirus vaccine on live TV. It was 56 days after his birthday. Guy was born on October 23rd. He gets the vaccine on December 18th, 56 days after his birthday. So this is what I mean when I say that these numbers are not just exclusive to Sanaya Dennis or Junior. They show up all the time. And on May 6th, on 5/6, that was the day that we heard what the authorities claim, that she committed suicide on 5/6. So something else going on behind this. So I'm just doing my part. I hope you guys do yours. So you guys take care and have a great rest of your night.